Every year we come to Eurogamer Expo, and every year we find one of the best sections is right here in the indie bit.
And do you know why that is? It's because while all the big boys downstairs are showing off their fancy graphics and their AAA games and all that, the guys up here are making wee gems for us to play and enjoy.
That's right, the only AAA up here is the AAA batteries and the wireless mouse. Let's go play some games.
Let's play some games. First up is SpeedRunners, a frantic multiplayer racing game where you chase after each other and try not to get left off the screen. It's a bit like Micro Machines, but the focus is on smooth movements and avoiding crashing into obstacles. The trick is getting to grips with your grappling hook, something that I'm ashamed to say took me far too long to learn how to use. When I finally learned that you have to hold the button to fire it properly, there was something brilliantly satisfying about pulling off the perfect arc, jumping off into mid-air, swinging in your rope and landing ahead of your foes. A multiplayer classic in the making that's sure to cause a few arguments. Now, do you remember the 90s much? It was a pretty naff period, but Rad Boarding, a new iPad game, remembers it much more fondly. Designed to celebrate the 90s idea of everything cool, Rad Boarding has you escape the apocalypse on, you guessed it, a snowboard. Because yes, in the 90s, the best way to make a character look cool was to strap him to a board. Essentially, it plays like most endless runners, but the focus is on momentum and doing rad tricks to score points. As you get further, more apocalyptic and dangerous events try to sweep you off your feet. One of the things I liked about Rad Boarding is a deliberately chunky retro art style. It reminds me of so many old Mac and PC games from back when 256 colours was seen as a luxury. So aye, Rad Boarding is pretty rad, maybe even gnarly. I'm so sorry.
I know what you're thinking, and yes, this game does have a touch of the fezzes hanging about it, but that's not a bad thing in my opinion. Poncho is a lovely, colourful game with a nice idea behind it, jumping into the foreground and into the background to navigate around obstacles and to solve puzzles. This doesn't sound mind-blowing, but it plays really smoothly and the level layout is really well thought out, and although due to my general ineptitude I kept dying, the game had a very accommodating checkpoint system, meaning I wasn't replaying and retreading too much old ground. A really interesting game and one I'll definitely be keeping a wee eye on.
Can I tell you a secret? This was my secret game of the show. LA Cops is a funny, stylish, retro-tinged action game in the vein of Hotline Miami. But where Hotline Miami was all ultra-violence and 80s grunge, LA Cops is cartoony, funny, and even slightly tactical. You pick two cops to storm a building and complete a mission, just like all the best 70s buddy cop shows. You can switch control of them at any time, but the fun comes from telling your partner where to move to and timing it so you both bust through the doors and take down some perps. Each cop has their own weapon, like shotguns and handguns, and you can even play good cop if you want and get the cuffs out if you want to take them alive. I honestly could have sat and played LA Cops all day if Scott had let me, so I might just have to catch up on some Starsky and Hutch while I wait for the chance to play it at home.